Hey folks, and welcome back for more Attack Torb Tournament Series Summer Camp Slam fun and festivities. Rejoined here by Cool Pup for a nice throwdown between Slipstream and the Nanobobs. How you doing, Cool Pup?
Doing good. Is that name gonna get longer every time you say it?
Nanobobs for sure.
No, the Attack Torb TV Summer Slam Hell in a Cell.
Summer Camp Slam 9 p.m. Eastern Time edition.
There we go.
Jetzt auf Deutsch, aber wir spielen auf Eichenwalde.
Whoa.
Jawohl, Overwatch.
Whoa.
I'm just trying to appeal to our
international
fans,
fan base.
our international fans, specifically located in Germany, because you know that huge German Overwatch scene.
So we got Slipstream versus Nanobobs in this matchup. We got a Torb out here from Slipstream. Is there anything you're specifically looking for in this matchup, Steve?
I'm looking for Chotchbeard to pop off with that hot hook combo, and I apologize if at any point I refer to him as Crotchbeard.
I'm looking forward to some pulled pork as well. There's a bit too much ball for me last game. This time I want to see some Marisa.
For sure. And immediately you're gonna see Girth Shatter fall. Oh man, their names are all like almost inappropriate, and I'm gonna keep messing them up real bad.
As soon as I say there's too much ball, Nanobob's gonna be switching over to a ball diva themselves and a Sombra.
And
so we're not gonna fight this shield war. We're just gonna try to go around you.
We've yet to see them use Bob, but I hope at some point we will enjoy it. Although, that being said, Bad Guy is immediately going to fall back to point to kind of deal with them trying to go around the bunker, as Tenacious and Man are going to hang out over there, kind of covering both sides of the fight. A fight on two fronts normally doesn't work, but if the Nanobobs are going to fall right into their hands, then might as well go for it, right? Get some free ult charge, get a kill off onto their Sombra.
Yep. Bad Guy doing a great job when he sees that there's not really direct pressure from the front. Bad Guy's immediately on the flank, just looking to alleviate pressure from the outside. And on the flip side, Tenacious doing a great job of just keeping Man up. And you saw when the shield went down, Tenacious was just fortify, sitting in front of Man, protects, kind of ate a anti-nade to the face before shield came back up online.
And we've been told that Man is the hard carry for Slipstream. And he seems to be holding up to that as he survives through an EMP. Gonna switch over into formation turret, delete Girth Shatter. Going around, says, you know what, I want a bit of ditchery as well. Chotchbeard is gonna get a kill on the Rimuru. However, Rimuru will be rezzed, rendering that kill nothing.
We saw a good job after Man got hacked for the rest of the team to just kind of fall back and pull up a little bit. Even though they conceded space, they got out pretty much with their lives and were able to get Chotchbeard out of the mech pretty early. Chotchbeard at least took Rimuru out on the way out, but a quick res by Decrypt will nullify that advantage.
Sure. Solid kiting. Another EMP out on the side of the Nanobobs. Man is going to get EMP'd anti, gets to 12 He's gonna heal himself back up. Decrypt is gonna heal him up the rest of the way. Man is gonna invest formation tank and go ham on the Nanobobs. Gets a kill onto Despicable, Chef, and Decrypt will then kill Dirty, and Man will then drop Girth Shatter as well. And the bunker survives for another fight for Slipstream.
Man, oh man, that was a big EMP there from Navy. Good position. He just kind of walked up an EMP, which is, you know, perfectly fine. The only issue is Tiger was not EMP'd, or if they were in position well enough that they could throw out the immortality field and allow the team to just pivot back.
And I have to shout out Tiger for the win. The immortality fields are just stopping any sort of dive they can put into the bunker. Very well placed, right behind the shield, around corners when he can get him there, as Man is going to get a big 4K. And at that point, probably play of the game. Chef Boyardee, oh, thank you, Official Strike. His name is Chef Boyardee. That's fantastic.
Fantastic. There's definitely not enough time to build EMP here. Navy will probably be looking to pressure point, but nope, they're just going to go around. They're going to go after Man again.
Self-destruct is going to be big, however, Tiger again dropping down the immortality field. However, with Chachbeard self-destruct dropping the immortality, they're going to be able to get the kill off on Man and finally put their first real pressure on the point, as it looks like Slipstream is finally cleaning up Nanobobs and getting a very late overtime capture on the point A of Eichenwald.
Pretty much the bomb that got to scatter everyone out, even though again Tiger was just so big with the immortality field. I think this time the rest of the Nanobobs were just able to push in, finally take advantage of some space that was finally made by both the hack from Navy and eventually the bomb by Chachbeard.
And gotta call it Nanobobs there. They clearly stopped, see what they had to invest in that fight, and comboed their ultimates perfectly, to be honest.
Even though the success came very late, I do appreciate the very methodical approach by Nanobobs. They're going in with a plan every time. This Decrypt pulling out the Glock on the Mercy.
Sometimes you gotta go battle Mercy. Let them know that, yeah, you're there to be a support, but if you get up in their face, they're gonna give you something to worry about there.
Again, fantastic job by Man to live up to the call in the Twitch chat of the hard carry. But you can give like a 1A, 1B there for Tiger, because Tiger has just been huge.
The boops have been on point.
And the Tenacious and Bad Guy halt hook has been looking solid, but
so we get an EMP Dragons combo, and it's gonna get two. Tiger and Tenacious are gonna fall to it. Decrypt is gonna be able to res Rimuru, however, Slipstream is gonna need to fall back, regroup here, and then maybe take a fight back on the bridge, where I hope to see Tiger reign supreme, because this little rectangle of space is where Lucio mains shine, folks.
Yeah. And again, the methodical approach, allowing Nanobobs to win a fight with pretty minimal investment, but they're taking so long between these approaches, just waiting on ultimates to happen, and Man and Co just kind of winning, not so much in the neutral, but they're just winning all the fights where Nanobobs don't want to invest. And as I say that, though, finally a fantastic win, or almost nearly a fantastic win.
However, Chef Boyardee dropping that anti-nade in there to kill two. Dragon Strike pushed through the point, and that's going to give him point B of Eichenwald.
I don't know if you saw where on the left-hand side, Despicable went for the beat, hit the beat, and then fell off the map.
Oh no. You hate to see that.
You hate to see it.
As we follow along Slipstream as they continue on, or pardon me, Nanobobs to point C of Eichenwald.
Rimuru out on the main out. I like to see a bit more spy checking here from Slipstream. Navy, very basic approaches, but just not being pressured at all. It's going to show as Navy has another EMP. The methodical approach coming out again here soon for Nanobobs.
Rimuru switching over to May. However, big EMP bomb combo is going to get 3 for Chachbeard. Ditru's going to come in and clean up Man as well, the hard carry as they say. Rimuru tries to contest point a bit, doesn't live for too long. Going to be a team kill, and will Slipstream even be able to contest? They are. They get 4 out onto point as 5 and 6 come back, but not before Tenacious is dropped by Ditry, the Bongo as well. Rimuru's doing his best to freeze what he can. Despicable is frozen. Ice block invested. Wall down as well. Splitting up Nanobobs a hair. Dragon's coming out of spawn. EMP out from Slipstream. Just ults back and forth. And we are into overtime. As Ditry gets another kill on a Tenacious, Orisa at this point being free ult charge for Ditry. However, Decrypt dropping Ditry. Here comes Snowball, splitting out the best Blizzard he can. As Man is going to get the kill on the Despicable. Chach is going to be hacked on point, soon to be demeched. However, Nano thrown into Girth Shatter. A huge 4-man EMP out on the side of Man again, who is just farmed that ult so fast. And it looks like at the very last second, Slipstream's going to be able to clean up.
All the time eaten on A and the beginning of point B. Just going to show that there wasn't much of an attack. A great EMP Diva Bomb combo, and in a really good order too, where you throw the Diva Bomb first and then the EMP comes out. But losing too much time between point A and the beginning of point B, just kind of coming back to haunt Nanobobs.
Oh, found some paintings. Anyway.
Nice.
As we roll back on out to see the setup now.
I think the only thing that needs to be changed on the Slipstream side is just more spy checking. You can't let Navy do what they've been doing and just do it for free. They've been building EMP at not a super high crazy rate, but they're building it enough to where their game plan and their very structured approach has just worked dividends when it's happened.
And we are going to see a Bastion coming out on the side of the Nanobobs. Just about mirroring the comp we saw out of Slipstream for their defense. However, we are going to see a May coming out of maybe CMG.
May, an interesting pick, and
Oh, and look where they're going. Are they going to set up over here? That would be an... no, they go for the traditional back of the point spot. If they set up there, I would be so happy. That would be such a surprise.
We get a debate. I'd be kind of wary of that spot just because it's easily accessible by the stairs. And also, we're going to see Slipstream on the Sombra Goats.
Oh, as the shield is going to miss. Girth Shatter going for the flex, however, because he shot it up so high, he's going to be able to drop the shield. And it's a little scary there for a second, as we're seeing a bit of Somber Goats coming out on the side of Slipstream. And they're going to go right on point, forcing Chach to go down and contest. Navy goes with them as well. And no kills out yet, as Immortality Field is thrown out down onto the point to help out those contesting. I mean, I guess they don't have to worry about too much contention up on the high ground. They try to slide over, however, they get split. And it looks like that's going to be their undoing. As once your team's split apart, Goats kind of shines. They can just pick your team apart. And it looks like we're going to see a quick point A capture for Slipstream.
Yep. Slipstream going for the rotation. I thought they were going to go underneath and go up and behind them. They didn't have to. Nanobobs were probably a bit too willing to concede their spot up top and try to chase, especially trying to chase Rimuru, who was a little bit split off from the rest of the Goat squad. But, you know, Bunker is not exactly a comp that chases. Not particularly understanding why they decided to concede the space that they did instead of waiting for the actual rotation to occur. But
and real quick, Tenacious looking to, I guess, kind of see if they were trying to set up in a hard point like they did on the castle. Gonna get frozen and killed, however, by Navy, leaving a 5v6 on the point. Man is going to quickly equalize. Navy will be res. Chach is going to get a kill off on the Tiger. A huge Earth Shatter inside of the castle as we slide on in. However, a big Immortality field as well. Dropped down by Chef Boyardee. However, that won't be enough as Chef Boyardee will be dropped by Decrypt. Tenacious perhaps getting some revenge onto Navy, and he does. And the point continues to roll for Slipstream.
Chef Boyardee trying to do their best Tiger for the win impression with that Immortality field just wasn't enough to beat the Shatter and the follow-up damage for the rest of Slipstream. I think the problem is these Bastion setups have been just too easy.
As we see a huge 6-man EMP come out of Man, and that's going to leave Bad Guy, Decrypt, Tiger to clean up and get a team kill out on the side of Slipstream. And Grab invested as well on the side of Decrypt. As I accidentally zoom in on Bastion's crotch.
Man, oh man, oh man. Honestly, I think this more aggressive approach and just preventing Nanobobs from actually planning ultimate fights has done wonders for Slipstream. Slipstream now coming in with a gigantic time bank.
They have all the time they could ever want to come in here and try and capture the point. And they are going to invest Transcendence into Blizzard. However, it's looking like they're slowly going to get grinded down by Nanobobs, who have spawn advantage. Bad Guy falling pretty low on health, charges in, swings away, gets bubbled. And they are inching and encroaching in on Nanobob's defense here, slowly but surely. Nano invested out to Earth Shatter, however that won't be enough as Decrypt drops him. A 5-man EMP out from Man again, who's just been getting massive EMPs this attack. And they're slowly moving forward. Will they be able to contest? Dragon's on point. Dit's gonna get in there, touch it for a second. However, they're gonna slide in and map 1 to Slipstream.
I appreciated Nanobob's ult combinations, a very methodical approach with ultimates, but honestly, when you're just willing to roll up, smack ults in the mouth of the other team, sometimes you just come out on top that way, and Slipstream just showing their ult usage has just been slightly better in non-combination situations. These EMPs, for example, from Man were just absolutely huge.
Sextuple kill out for Bad Guy. Huge team effort right there to win that team fight. Grab invested, EMP invested, everyone just going in and targeting everyone caught up in the grab. The fantastic first map. Can't wait to see what we have coming up next after our intermission. Hello folks, and we are back with Temple of Anubis. Continuing, oops, I am scuffed. I don't know what shortcut I hit to do that, but it switched back to the intermission thing. But we're back.
Picnic, picnic.
NA casters.
We saw a bit of like a crazy attack there from Slipstream on the back of Ica Wall. It'd be interesting to see what they do here on Temple of Anubis, and will the slower approach from Nanobobs maybe speed itself up a bit to show that they got some fight in them.
And looks like we may be seeing some goats coming out here on the side of Nanobobs. Maybe a bit of a caster troll pick on the side of Chef Boyardee, as he does seem to have put his turret up on top of the boxes here behind the netting.
On the
we'll
other
see if
side,
that
we
pick
got
sticks.
the other side. We got the carry man on the carry hero. Tiger back on the Baptiste that I have been a big fan of watching.
As they set up in your traditional bunker hold spot for Temple of Anubis. And everyone just kind of generally holding behind the shield. And we do see a Somber Goats coming out on the side of Nanobobs. We'll see how this works with the bunker as Girth Shatter is pulled a little bit. They're going to quickly shield their way into the right room, go up the stairs, but not before Man is able to drop Girth Shatter. And Ditchery, I had it right every time last match, will drop as well, and that'll be a reset for the Nanobobs.
It's so hard rotating up top right in the face of a Bastion, because that sight line going up the stairs is a little bit long. A bunch of damage could be pushed in there. You can't stage up in that bottom right-hand corner to like get your shield back if you're a Reinhardt. You just kind of eat all that damage, you just get shredded.
Much better.
As we watch Bad Guy hooking hard. He's out there doing work, folks.
Yeah. Maybe again, just sneaking out again. This is the effect of not spy checking. Maybe he's just kind of here. Can pressure the point at any time, can go for a hack at any time. They're pretty much already set. They're just waiting on the rest of their team.
They are spy checking a bit, but coyly crouching behind the fountain. As he gets hooked, but quickly blocks the line of sight of the hook wisely behind the fountain. Tenacious is going to get a kill off on the Chef Boyardee's Zenyatta.
And that was huge by Navy, because all that distraction let the rest of the team rotate right, which they failed to do last time, although we got one member straggling behind in the Moira.
However, they're going to sit up here. They are going to get a charge off on the Bad Guy. Force him off onto that top.
This is a very interesting position to be in if you're a
Hog. The Hog has ever been in that position before. Gonna get a hook off onto Chef Boyardee's Moira, secures the kill, leaving the Nanobobs stranded up here on the second floor without a main support.
And Chef Boyardee on the Moira, staggered again. Moira of all heroes unable to make this trip. Again, this trip is very hard to make, but now, and I think Slipstream has kind of recognized it. They could just absolutely bully this Moira. That guy just solo ulted the Moira.
That'll be another 10 seconds. I mean, honestly, press Q to stop the team fight. If he can make it out alive, it's a good investment. Tiger's there to make sure he gets healing. And, yeah, they still have Navy in with the Moira, but that's going to be a complete hard reset for the Nanobobs, giving up all that ground they had. Very wise move to play up like that at a Bad Guy.
And the worst part of all this engagement, too, is because you're playing goats, but you're not actively engaging, you're failing to build ultimates. And we finally got an EMP here from Navy here in a second, but they're finally getting creative with their approach, but now they have to take so many ultimates.
However, Rimuru is going to get a huge 4K Riptire, and then Tiger and Man will clean up the rest of the Nanobobs for a team kill.
Pretty much the point in check. They finally had ultimates, they finally had the EMP, all undone by a tire that was probably built like a minute ago.
For sure, for sure. As we watch
all they have is beat. They have to take the route up the middle with this beat, and unfortunately I think Navy gets killed here. Gets killed by the Mercy.
Big stagger. Do they even have time to wait for him?
They probably have enough time to wait and regroup for one final push, but again, it has to be up the middle, and they're definitely going to have to invest some sort of ultimate. Ditchery moving over to the Genji, hopefully to distract the Bastion enough to buy the space, but it's all or nothing here.
And they're gonna have to go now if they hope to contest. Chachi's gonna go in to try and stop the Bastion from shooting. However, Rimmer is gonna drop Girth Shatter. Ditchery's gonna go and contest point as Genji will drop the Immortality Field, not before Chach's deep mech. Tiger is gonna kill Dirty. And Man is gonna get a huge 3 kill to basically end this push and secure the full hold here on Temple of Anubis point A. As another tire comes out by Rimmer at the end. Certainly living up to that Rimmer Tempest name.
Fantastic full hold there by Slipstream. Never really over-investing ultimates. They kind of knew they had the advantage the entire time. It's like, all right, we only need to use what we really need to use. I liked Bad Guy getting very aggressive and spawn camping Chef Boyardee on the Moira there. That just bought so much time.
Well, he got aggressive, but he knew he could afford to be. Even if he died there, he's getting a huge stagger on their main support. And in the meantime, the rest of his team can just chip away because Nanobobs was kind of held high and dry up here on the second floor without the sustain they need to really deal with a Bastion bunker.
Yep. Definitely Slipstream looks very practiced on these bunker comps. So huge in this situation in this current meta. Very uphill task here for Nanobobs as they have to probably play something very similar, and it's something that I don't think they're very practiced at, judging by how Eichenwald A went.
However, we do see a Symmetra finally coming out on the side of the Nanobobs, and color me excited. This may just be to quickly get no, will they be sticking with the Symmetra? I figured this may have been just to get Girth Shatter up on to the high ground here, and then maybe go back, switch over to Lucio or something else, some other support. But,
there's great merit in having the Symmetra not only to get up here, but you can TP the right side going into that right room. You can get the flanks in case they're playing Genji that wants to like flank from that right side. I don't think Navy sees that situation, but I definitely don't mind having a Symmetra for this defense.
I mean, you could even teleport the Bastion up onto that. Oh, and he gets a kill off onto Rimuru.
What a great pick.
Casting a sentry wall.
It's a fantastic pick. As I say, you could teleport the Bastion up over to the arch on the main choke there. Let Slipstream come through, and then at that point, Ditchery is just going to have free reign to rain hell upon what's left of Slipstream.
This is the difference in their positioning, though, is that they're sitting so far back, so it allows Slipstream to actually rotate right. So they are playing dive tank, so this distance probably isn't as troublesome for Slipstream as it would have been for Nanobobs on the attack.
And basically they have all the time in the world to hopefully just sit up here in the room, build ult. However, as I say that, they are going to push through, come around the backside and drop on the point. However, the teleporter is dropped by Navy, moving his team over onto the other high ground in hopes to contest point a little better. And at this point, it doesn't seem to be working too well for them.
As you can see, Nanobobs one at a time trying to contest the point, but they will all eventually fall to the pressure from Slipstream. That's map number 2. Slipstream with a great rotation going around. They didn't even directly attack the bunker. Instead, they just went underneath. They waited for someone to contest, and they just jumped whoever contested. In that case, it was the Diva Chotchbeard. Gonna get that name right. But fantastic patience from Slipstream.
I mean, what could the Nanobobs have done better there to contest the point? Should they have dropped down as a whole team, reset the bunker in the corner?
I think the rotation of the bunker might have just been a bit too slow. Like, you're relying on like teleporter to go on with. There's a little bit of a gap to when you cast teleporter when it's actually available to use. I think they probably would have benefited from holding up and letting either holding further up, or if you want to hold back there, you gotta pretty much turret up the point or turret up the room underneath you and prevent that from being taken for free.
Well, with that being said, we'll see if the Nanobobs can come back on the next map and pull us into a map 5 as a Philly fan. I would certainly enjoy it. We'll see you after the break, folks. Hey folks, welcome back from halftime. Managed not to accidentally switch the stream back over again. And real quick before we jump into some fun mecha-based action, I'd like to quickly shout out Smiley Ghost, who gave us a 2-month Twitch Prime sub. Thank you kindly, friend. And also Kool-Aid Cly, although it might be Kyle, who knows, also subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you guys. And anyone else in chat, don't be too shy to, keep dropping more subs in. If you do enough, I heard Cool Pup saying earlier he might throw a shirtless pic in the Discord, so just mull that over.
Oh no. Don't put me on the spot like this. But thank you for your support, and as always, if you would like to help out the Attack Torb TV tournament scene, we definitely have spots available for casting, reffing, hosting these lobbies.
Being a camera.
Feel free to join the Discord, ask a staff member.
And one day there will be emotes and sub badges, says Carpe.
Going in here on Mecha Base in Busan, and we're going to see a goat spear. But we got a May on one side.
A Snoats and a Sombra Goats.
There we go.
As Chef Boyardee is dropped by a flanking man. Girth Shatter, however, is going to get a bit of a bigger kill onto Decrypt. But Bad Guy is going to counter Shatter, drop Girth. However, Bad Guy is going to get frozen by Navy, dropped himself. And the fight is slowly going to rotate on to point, where we have technically 2 main tank Brigidas going at it. And there's a bit of a split going on the side of Slipstream. However, Man is going to get a solid kill on Dirty. Chef Boyardee will kill his counter and Tiger. And the point will start to tick for the Nanobobs.
Man with the big early flank to get the first pick off, but the early wall from Navy to block off the GOAT squad of Slipstream has helped the front line really win this war. I think the May right now has the advantage, especially now that they own the point. They get set up at these choke points. The May's going to do a ton of work.
And we're going to get a huge EMP out of Man, and he's immediately going to drop Chef Boyardee. Rimmeru's going to kill Girth Shatter. Bad Guy's going to charge in, stun Dit. And the fight is going to rotate onto point, where the Nanobobs are going to do their best to build up percentage as much as they can. Tiger is going to fall off the map. I'm not sure if he was booped. However, that doesn't change the fact that Slipstream is going to clean up, win the fight, and start building up that percentage.
No idea that EMP was happening on the side of Nanobobs. It just we're all grouped up in 6, no one hiding off, no one had really ults prepared. Now they come in with a Blizzard, a Shatter, and a Rally, but no support ults. Actually close to the Lucio beat though. And the grab.
So we have grab coming out in 6%. Rally's going to be quickly invested by Ditry to give their team a bit more speed and sustain. Speed on the side of himself. As we're going to watch the Nanobobs kind of fly around and just chase as much of Slipstream as they can. However, Tiger's going to get a kill on the Dit as the Rally falls out, but the damage is already done. Slipstream's going to be split up and they're going to lose the point. As, oh wow, Rimmeru does make it out. That was pretty impressive wall riding there. And he's going to hide around the corner with Beat. Oh, he's seen now.
Other side. Oh.
Oh, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. What are you going to do, Rimmeru? Oh, and Girth Shatter is going to hit him with the hammer, secure the kill, and drop him into the pit. Oh, into the drink. Pardon me.
As more of these, I guess, post-stagger fights come out here. We saw earlier that Bad Guy got kind of ring around the pillar on the high ground to split off from the rest of the team. Nanobob's doing a great job of just sticking together.
Honestly, you're rolling goats. That's the name of the game. Doesn't matter if you're winning or losing, you do it as a team, and generally you're going to come out on top, at least with more ult charge.
Chef Boyardee hiding for the EMP.
Ooh. Ditry tries to go and quickly counter Man from activating the EMP, however, isn't able to stun him in time. Although they are going to rally and secure the team fight win for the Nanobobs.
Nanobobs pushing in, even after getting their Lucio picked off and the grab happening. I don't think there was just enough follow-up damage, the Nanobobs are gonna continue to push even though the point has been flipped. It's just desperation now here from Slipstream.
The point wasn't flipped actually. However, last second it will be. They had no choice. We were at 99. Are they going to be able to touch? Decrypt just gets onto the point with Tiger. Rimuru comes in as well. However, Blizzard is going to be activated by Navy. And it's going to cause Slipstream to panic a little bit, split, and get 3 of them killed. As Tenacious falls as well. Bad guy, last man left on the point. Frozen, getting swung up by Ryan. Girth goes for a very late charge. However, Chef Boyardee is able to secure the kill. And that'll be round 1 to the Nanobobs.
I think once the Nanobobs figured out where everything was on the old cycle, they weren't afraid of the P. They were prepared, and I think their grouping them together and just having the Mei was much better for them.
As we roll into what is my favorite map on Busan. There's a lot of fun little spots to poke out these windows. Oh, I can't even fly through it as a camera. That's awkward. I'm a huge fan as Ana, climbing up on these weird little lion thing statues, sitting on the back. You actually get a lot of good cover, and it does give you access to an escape route and a couple of med packs. However, we'll see one Ana, so maybe we'll see Tiger position there. Who knows?
We're gonna see the pull torque here against the Goat's composition. Tenacious and Bad Guy taking up a pretty aggressive spot here on point.
As we're slowly seeing some back and forth, Tenacious walls himself into the corner. Bad Guy is going to secure the first kill onto Chef Boyardee. However, they are backed into a bit of a corner by the Goats on the side of Nanobobs. And it looks like the Nanobobs are going to be able to capture the point as the fight continues on. They back up a little bit. Ditchu getting a stun out. However, a well-placed shield on the side of Tenacious keeps him alive. High Noon invested by Man is going to be able to focus down nothing as everyone goes and hides. And the fight continues on. Man is going to fall to Ditchu. Oh, he did get it off. He died just after the dragons went off. I thought it may have canceled the arrow shot.
Bit of the power of the Ghost composition. Even losing someone, they were still able to just pressure the tank line of Slipstream enough to just force them back. I think the early positioning from Slipstream was just a bit too aggressive against Goats. And now the ult cycle comes out.
Gonna get 2 for Chach as Rimuru and Bad Guy fall to the self-destruct. Tenacious is going to get cleaned up real quickly by Navy, and that's going to force a hard reset onto the side of Slipstream.
Now we're going to get some switches. Bad Guy here onto the Hammond. I guess we're going to keep the Bongos here on Tenacious, which isn't bad. Bongos is a very good ultimate. One of the highest win rate ultimates in the game of Overwatch, but ooh, what a great pick by Chef Boyardee.
Securing the early kill there is gonna slow the team fight here for Slipstream as we watch them back off a little bit, set up their bunker a hair. Bad Guy's gonna go in and disrupt a bit. Girth is gonna get slept. That could be big if they move into profit on it. However, Dit forced to invest the rally, saving life. Bad Guy's gonna get shattered. However, Girth's gonna get the anti-grenade dropped on him. He's gotta play careful. However, Trans is going to get invested by Chef Boyardee, keeping his main tank up, and the fight is going to rotate back onto the point as we've hit 99 and we're in overtime. Big EMP out by Man, going to help them secure 2 kills. Tiger's going to fall to the Stickable in the meantime. Tenacious just setting up the bunker, hanging out on point. Is finally going to fall to Chach. However, it's enabled Bad Guy to finally make it back from spawn, drop some mines on the point that he built quite quickly, and Slipstream is able to capture and start moving the percentage up towards 100 for themselves.
Bit of a slower push there if you're on the side of Slipstream, and eventually just getting to the point and staying there and say, hey, now you got to attack point while you're down some people. So far, though, Nanobobs have looked actually pretty good on this Goats composition, but now you have to attack into the, maybe not strictly bunker, but it's be interesting to see what they do with it.
It'll be tough to even have them move in onto it, because if they have bad guy play the Hammond raid, he's going to disrupt their push. As he does, it creates a split in the team, setting Gerth, Shatter, and Dit out on their own. They're all going to get pulled together. Rav is, however, going to be invested. They're going to at least get Tiger stuck in there. Tenacious is going to walk out, however, can't get away from the self-destruct fast enough. Mines are going to be dropped back onto the point by bad guy, but it's not looking good as it's a 1v6. Spin to win, who knows what'll happen. As we do have Man sitting in Viz over here with EMP. Will they contest the point in the last second, get a big EMP and save the day? It's big, they got 5. Will they be able to profit off of it?
Big EMP and a purple onto Gerth's Shatter, but I think this might be a bit too little too late.
Bad guy has made it back from point. He could continue to spin to win, however, Tenacious is going to fall, leaving him in a familiar. I was going to say 2v6, but 1v6 now that the Crypt was stunned and killed by Ditcher.
I think the 1v6 is a little bit more familiar to him than the 2v6. That'll be the map. Nanobobs answering after struggling all throughout the first half.
Could we see the map 5 I'm hoping for?
I think it'd be fantastic to come back from being 0-2 down and forcing it to a map 5, regardless of whether you get the reverse sweep or not. That's a great showing, mostly for your spin away. But it's a great showing for your mentality too, to come back from 0-2 down and say, no, we're still in this.
For sure, yeah, they're definitely not going to take it sitting down. As we move on to map 4, I will update the score before I forget and move us over to intermission. Catch you on the other side. Hey folks, welcome back as we roll into map 4 of Rialto. Hoping to see Nanobobs equal the score of 2, currently held by Slipstream. Will we see this as the last map? Will we go to a map 5? Only time will tell. I think you're looking for a map 5, aren't you, Cool Pup?
I'm looking for a map 5, and honestly, Rialto might be the place to do it. We saw a pretty dominant goats come out of Nanobobs, and I think Rialto will play pretty well into their hands. We'll see if they could just hold maybe the pretty hardcore bunker composition of Slipstream out at bay. And as I say that, we're rolling with Sombra Goats mirrors.
Fun.
But
Rialto is
as
gonna
of last
be,
map's showing, I'm probably giving the edge here to Nanobobs.
They were definitely coming off with some of the bigger EMPs towards the end of the fight there.
Yep, for sure.
Or
The methodical
map,
approach
right,
from
right.
Navy, both on the Sombra and the May,
The
as
May
we
was
saw on
pretty
Mega
clutch.
Base doing dividends.
And we're looking to do a little scouting, perhaps, as they move back in with their team. And we watch the Nanobobs come on out. Trading fire strikes real quick. And just two Rhines swinging at each other. Big hammers flying around. One of them getting hacked, the other one getting bubbled. And Bad Guy and Tenacious are going to fall on the side of Slipstream, as they're wisely cleaning up, moving the payload up, hopefully holding forward to take a little more space. As we see Man up here getting in position to perhaps get a hack onto Girth Shatter.
Yeah,
That would
just the
definitely be a
classic
hack
goat
here, right?
situation. One Ryan gets the resources, gets to swing it for free, and it all falls apart from there.
It's like watching a couple of toddlers swing with wall bats at each other. There's not too much finesse, but it's whichever one supported a little better is going to win. As Garth is going to shatter right into a wall, get low. However, Ditry is going to drop Rimuru. Bit of a Rhine trade real quick. Ditry is also going to drop their counterpart in Tenacious, and fight will be an advantage of the Nanobobs as they move in and capture point at every Rialto. Man's going to telly onto point and die.
Man trying their best to mess around with the back line, probably taking just a bit too long. Meanwhile, the front line is just losing the war.
As we see Navy looking to get into position with EMP. Looks like Slipstream may be debating what they want to do here. Navy, you knew he was going to come up and swing at the rest of those. You should have jumped, man.
It was an interesting spot, though. Everyone might have just walked past him. The bad guy was just like, no, I gotta take these things out.
Ooh. And Navy comes around the corner just in time to get hacked by Man's big EMP. However, it looks like equalized on fights on both sides. However, Tiger's kill on Ditry will push the favor over to Slipstream, as Navy's going to try and get out with their life. Doesn't seem to make it.
Good pushback, and that's kind of what you do when you're playing these Sombra comps. You've been losing. You just got to EMP early. You got to take early fights. That's how you get back in the old economy game.
And we got a lot of emotes getting spammed in chat right now.
Give us some of that spam.
Spam this stream to support Slipstream. I don't think you can rhyme the same word twice. I feel like my 10th grade English teacher would be upset about that.
It's
As Man
Overwatch, though.
looking to build up
This
a
isn't
little
10th grade. This is
there.
Overwatch. This is more important than 10th grade.
True. And the EMP comes out of Navy. However, Navy will be dropped by a Tiger. Man is going to get a kill on the Girth Shatter as well. Oh,
I love Girth Shatter's charge there, going through the room.
It was
Taking
certainly
so much of the
ambitious.
pillar. It was definitely an ambitious charge. I think that EMP probably just came. Oh no. I think that EMP just came a bit too early for the follow-up to happen. And also through that like very awkward space of trying to attack from the high ground in the room.
That's the second fat finger we've seen tonight.
That's definitely not good.
Yeah, that's in terms of fat fingers.
And luckily, like the EMP is out, you only have to worry about how much you have transfer, but
Oh, we're gonna see bad guy taking Chach into the drink with a crazy supercharge. Man is
The
gonna
EMP
get
out
a
for
big
Man.
5-man. However, not too much to follow up on it.
they'll get the one pick off of Ditchy. But all you have to do is just kind of back out a little bit. There's not a main take up until now.
We're gonna get a big shatter out of bad guy. However, a very well timed beat from Despicable seems to save the day for the time being. However, not sure about that rally.
Kind of back in the staging phase. We lost bad guy early on the side of Slipstream. In response, Man decides to aggressive EMP and try to push. Luckily, Nanobobs just kind of get to back out. But it bought just enough time for bad guy to come in and get the big shatter.
As we watch a bit of a grab here, Trans invested to counter it. As I think the shatter was just, no, maybe canceled? However, a shatter out of Gersh Shatter is going to enable the team win for the Nanobobs. Even though he dies himself, his team is able to follow up, roll over Slipstream, and get a little more progress on the card. As Navy is going to go invis and look to build
Trading grabs, trading trances, but the difference maker being the EMP shatter combo. Again, we're seeing Nanobobs being very good about combining ultimates.
Interestingly, not looking to really hack anything. Just building some quick ult charge down to 20. Gonna telly out and rejoin the fight in the back. Getting the hack off on a Tenacious. As Gersh Shatter's swinging away, does get a kill on the bad guy, but Man is going to drop him as well, trading Reinhardt's, as Beat is invested on both sides of the field. And we're going to see a grab come out on the side of Nanobobs. However, Slipstream is going to get all the kills.
Yeah, that fight was lost very early when Dittree got split off from the team. Tenacious was able to just kind of run down Dittree and win the Brig 1v1 or maybe even a 2v1 if anyone else decided to push into Dittree. And from there, just ultimates getting traded back and forth, but it looks way worse if you're Nanobobs.
See Rally come in, EMP, however, the Transcendence is going to be dropped by Tiger, which in my opinion just won the team fight. Grab invested, here comes Trans, but just not in time as 3 kills are going to be secured by Slipstream. And it's looking like they're going to stop all the card progress right here and now.
You're exactly right. That trance there by Tiger for the win pretty much gave them the win in that fight, and we will stop the cart just before the end of B.
Is there wine in there? Fragile stickers of wine glass. I would kind of hope they're transporting wine. They're in Italy. I mean, what else is there to do in Italy besides drink wine and eat pizza?
Initiating match.
They're at old buildings.
I've never been to Italy, chat. I don't actually know what you do. Blue, if you're still around and you want to tell me what you do in Italy, I'd appreciate it. And anyway, we switch sides here.
At D76.
At D76. Yeah, hit me up. Top level of commentary. I appreciate the shout out there, Johnny. I am a man of 0 smooth parts of my brain.
He's from Philadelphia. We can't really blame him personally.
It's the water and all the John.
Ready for battle.
And the fight milk that you drink.
Yo, fight milk and riot juice. We got them both covered here in Philly, folks. You're not gonna get better fight milk or riot juice in any other city.
All right.
Johnny also
Coming in
confirmed
with
my wild claim. Anyway.
Slipstream coming out again with the Sombra Goats, but we are going to see the bunker comp here from Nanobobs. Last time I saw bunker from them, I wasn't particularly impressed. But honestly, after their halftime adjustment, maybe it's just the talking to that they needed.
So how do you feel about the Jonax skin?
I kind of like it. It's really like he's got the whole like octopus brand. It's like very much Joe Knack. If
His
you know about
tattoo
him,
is fly as hell too.
I know it's so cool.
As we watch the Bunker v Sombra Goats fight continue here on the narrow streets of Point A of Rialto. Moving over into the courtyard, they back the bunker up to the next corner wisely, just slowly kiting back. Building ult, giving up as little space as possible. Big hook onto the crypt. Well done, Chach. As they're going to secure the first kill. And in Goats, your Zarya dies. You lose 94% of the time.
I wonder where you got that statistic from. Oh, what a hook.
Straight
there
out of
by
Captain Planet's
Brad.
mouth. As
Where's
Bad
our
Guys-
Attack Toward TV stats person?
Yo, you guys need a stats guy. Get on that. Says the guy who literally does statistical analysis stuff for his job. But no, I don't
Oh.
want to do it.
Congrats, you got a new job.
Shit. As Bad Guy
Oh,
shattered
what a
straight
shatter
into
block.
a stationary unmoving shield. However, it's going to be a big distraction for Navy to get a huge high noon. And then 2 more kills followed up as man will drop Despicable's immortality field, but
The spacing is kind of weird. I don't know if he got past the shield with the shatter, but either way, Girth Shatter was ready with the Fortify just to eat the shatter, and anything directly behind them wasn't going to happen. And what a shot by Dintry to take care of the poking man.
Man Wiener certainly poking a bit more there than he should have. As he's going to be reset back to spawn. Gains a little bit of ult charge for it, but certainly not worth the trade as Ditry's going to get another kill onto Rimuru, was stunned by the hot hook combo.
Yep. Another big stagger out there by the Nanobobs. It did cost them probably, not maybe a fat finger, but a scared Bongo out from Girth Shatter, but so far, I mean, it's just eating clock. If you want to just trade ults to eat clock, that's perfectly fine.
It's a very fair trade, as we do have a few ults to invest. We're about to see a big EMP from Man. However, EMP and Dragons are going to come out on the side of the Nanobobs. We're going to see High Noon come out for Navy, how Rimuru's tired of that nonsense, going to kill him. And we're starting to see some kills come out on the side of Slipstream. Will they be able to equalize numbers here and win the fight? Cap point A, and it's certainly looking like it. As Chach is going to invest the whole hog, perhaps they're switching off of the bunker for point B, just gain a little bit of time. And it certainly
after
does
all
seem
the-
like they are.
60 seconds remaining.
Pushing along. And after all the ults trading, it turned out to be the support show, Tiger and Rimuru pushing up as far as they can, getting multiple kills to clean up that fight.
Girth Shatter is going to switch over to the Reinhardt, however Chach will be staying on the Roadhog. So we'll certainly see how the bit more mobile bunker plays out.
And honestly, I think Despicable was a second too late on the immortality field to save Girth Shatter from dying. But in the end, I don't think it would have really mattered too much. They were pretty far down in that fight.
As a pretty decent amount of space gained so far by Slipstream. However, they are moving up to the quintessential choke here. Navy's going to take some high ground. Big EMP out to counter the amplification matrix out of Despicable. Trading kills back and forth a little bit, but it's certainly looking like this fight is tending towards, I was going to say it's tending towards the Nanobobs, but we're down to, oh, now 2v1. Okay. Still in for the Nanobobs. As Man tries to get a hack off on a Reinhardt.
I was very concerned at how that fight began because we saw the EMP shatter, but I think we saw it in the wrong order. Girth Shatter just kind of, Bad Guy just kind of throwing the Earth Shatter right in the shield, and then EMP followed up afterward. Although Despicable kind of threw their immortality field too early.
As we see a High Noon Dragons combo on the side of the Nanobobs. Getting no kills, but definitely splitting the team up a little bit. Definitely an acceptable use of the Dragon's ult as well, as Transcendence is going to be invested by Tiger. Amplification Matrix down, not in a great area for it, as a big charge is going to come through for Girth Shatter. Bad Guy and Tiger falling, and fight over in favor of the Nanobobs again.
I will say something positive on all these messy fight situations is that Slipstream has been pushing Cart this entire time. Cart's kind of getting close, just one more corner around before the end of the map, even though they've been losing these last 2 fights.
Yeah, it's certainly one team fight away, and they're definitely coming up with the old advantage here as we see Grav invested. And EMP as well. Another charge here
60 seconds.
is
Pass into the
looking like it's going to push Tides back over in favor of Nanobobs, who were at a bit of an ult disadvantage, but they're able to kite, deal with everything that came out, secure last few kills. Perhaps one more team fight for Slipstream, but I don't think it's going to be a full 6v6, looking at the clock slowly tick down towards half a minute.
They might be able to get one more 6v6 if they wait until the very last minute, but honestly, this has just been pretty bad from Slipstream. They had great ult advantage going into like the last 3 fights almost, and they just kind of wasted it. Bad guy took a really long charge into the back line. Rimuru trying to beat to save them, just a little bit too late. If Bad guy could just take Earth Shatter into the wall really early, I think they would have won that fight.
Ooh, and Earth Shatter coming out very quickly on the side of the Nanobobs, and they're going to be able to kill Bad Guy before he's able to invest his Shatter. It's a huge win on the side of the Nanobobs, although Girth Shatter is going to fall. Immortality Field's going to be invested. Dragons are going to come out. Numbers are, well, tentatively even now. EMP's going to be invested by Man. Chach, however, is going to get a kill on the Tenacious. We're going to see Transcendence invested. Here comes a big Riptire out of Navy. It's going to get decrypted, a huge kill. Earth Shatter out by Bad Guy. It's big, getting 6, but is there anything there to follow it up? A huge Immortality Field by Despicable to save from getting charged there.
into the iris.
Almost running out of overtime. Man goes to touch the point. The final kill. Overtime is going to tick to 0. Nanobobs are going to take the map.
In that last fight, actually all those last 4 fights in general, I have to give a ton of praise to the DPS duo on the Nanobobs. But Navy especially, going from these flanks on McCree to get a pick or 2, all the way to, you know, like, using on the Junkrat to get the shield break for that last shatter. It's just been a great show here from Navy.
For sure. And as I'm posting in the Twitch chat, I could really go for some popcorn with how entertaining this match has been. I mean, we've just seen back and forth ult usage, countering ults with the same exact ult.
And you just gotta, if you mirror ultimates, sometimes it just comes down to the neutral fight. But so great job again from the Nanobobs adjusting after halftime. We're going to a map 5.
And we're going to intermission. See you soon. Click. Hey folks, and we are back here. Apologies for the pause there. I think somebody wasn't ready when we started the match, so got that sorted out. And we're here on Gardens. Correct me if I'm wrong.
We are on Gardens for map 5.
Love a map 5. I'm shaking. You can't see it. Spam this creep for a reverse sweep. It'd certainly be fun to watch. The Nanobobs have really come alive, warmed up, or just figured out what Slipstream's number was, because they're playing like a team possessed in these last 2 maps.
They're playing like a team possessed. Thinking about it a bit more, I think it's just been much better ultimate usage on the side of Nanobobs. We saw it again. They're very methodical approaches in the first couple of maps, but things just didn't come together. But I think since maps 3 and 4, their better ultimate usage has finally just clawed them back into this game.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
And we're going to see at least one Pharah on what I feel like is the best Pharah map in the game. Just so much cover, the ceiling's fantastic, there's so many things you can fly over. And Navy's immediately going to take the aerial superiority. The weird carbon fiber fire skin, however, as I say that, bad guys, like, not get out of my face, fly, hooked, swatted, and we'll have the high ground, please and thank you. Another kill onto Dirty as well, Ditchery. However, Rimmeru's gonna get dropped. Enjoying seeing Rimmeru flex around from support and DPS. As we see a bit of an Orisa barrier duel here. But however, it is currently in favor of Slipstream as they have captured the point, but the fight continues on. The most ridiculous hook I've ever seen on bad guy, like a jump hook. I'm not sure what you'd call that. As we watch back and forth, still seems to be in favor of Slipstream. Although you think the opposite. However, they are pulled down off of the high ground, split off from their healers. And that's all who's left as Navy and Ditchery are dropped. Oh, and the big stagger onto Despicable perhaps? Yep, there it is. Rimuru seals the deal.
There it is. Bad guy doing a fantastic job just being a hog. First combining with Tenacious on the halt hook early on to not only capture the point, and then if you're sitting there on Nanobobs, you're just kind of stuck up there on the high ground. They couldn't even push point even when they would equalize or they would get the respawns. It was kind of awkward. And now they have the comp switch over to Goats.
Getting a big hook off onto the Reinhardt. Gonna heal himself up a little bit. Is gonna get charged, but his team's there to heal him back up. Just feeding a bit of ult charge to Girth Chatter, who's already up to 60%. However, bad guy sitting with whole hog, probably not the best time for the Nanobobs to be attacking on high ground with that bit of a hole that could be booped off the side by the ult.
That one was kind of a bit of the man show there as Tiger gets one on the way out. But man, with the big EMP, it looked like his team wasn't going to follow up, but he EMP'd and he killed the, he was able to kill Tiger there. Or sorry, Chef RD on the Zen, and then follow it up with a kill on Despicable, who was on the Lucio.
As we watch the fight tick out, we are already at 99% for Slipstream. And Tenacious is going to get the early kill on the Girth. Transcendence invested on the side of Slipstream as well. Bad guy's going to whole hog, getting a D-mech. The rest of the team cleaning up kills, and that's going to be a team kill for Slipstream, and they will take round 1.
We saw something kind of similar in our first match on Oasis on this exact point where it was basically an early first fight win and an early point possession was able to build so much percentage because the other team stuck around for a fight that they couldn't win. And eventually you saw once Nanotaurus finally actually lost the fight, they finally went and swapped comps, but they sat there on the high ground for way too long thinking they could play in that fight. And they just lost so much percentage because of it.
And as we move to University...
Pause.
Oh, we get a bit of a pause. And as we wait, we can sit around and think back at home. Who will be coming out on top? Who will be in the lead when we play the credits and roll the girls jumping on trampolines? There's your man show reference, Papa Twigs.
Had to get one.
And I guess if we're waiting for the pause, I'll move us real quick over to intermission. And hopefully it will be over soon. Hello, hello, and we are back from our quick pause, rolling here into university, as I was told to think about my life choices for bad man show references.
I hope you thought long and hard. We're gonna see the notes out here from Nanobobs, which worked so well on Mecha Base earlier. Then back onto the pulled pork.
Ooh,
For Slipstream.
however, the snow part of Snows quickly deleted by Rimru's Junkrat. As we watch the fight continue down here on point. With the Nanobobs down a man, however, that doesn't seem to be phasing them at all. They're holding fast and steady on the point. However, Bad takes that opportunity to go skirt around back behind their line and just get a lot of free damage out onto the Nanobobs, pushing the fight in their favor. Did is going to come back, push Bad Guy back out, but really just pushing him into the bunker as he's going to get a hook and kill onto Dit. He really had nowhere else to go unless they wanted to take the long walk underground. At that point, you might as well die and regroup.
Yep, spring came early. The snow melted pretty early by good Rimuru hype there. And honestly, Bad Guy with the big flank, even though they got the early pick, Goats was able to just kind of dominate point. You couldn't push in if you're tenacious, but Bad Guy went on the big flank, was able to force them back underneath, and eventually, when Goats decided to poke his head out, he just got destroyed.
Sure, Bad Guy certainly did not see his shatter, as we see a huge EMP out for Man. However, fight's going to get evened pretty quickly here as we continue the 4v4 out onto point. Big hook onto Chach, going to get demeched. As we watch Chach try to run out, Gareth is going to try and contest point a little more. Is going to get mown down by Bad Guy's whole hog. Chach is going to go kill themselves. And point will stay in favor of Slipstream.
You've heard it said before, falling into that pit mid-fight is basically like dying in a fight. The long walk back up, and by the time that happens, usually your team has been lost probably a member or two, and you're trying to go back up there while you're down. You're just going to get yourself staggered like what Gerstatter ended up doing.
As Bad Guy almost dies, able to take a quick breather there and get healed up by his team as the Nanobobs roll around onto high ground. Bad Guys continue really just to kind of roll around the side here, stay behind the barrier, try and get sneaky flank hooks. Rimuru, however, getting a huge tire. In the meantime, point is going to flip over in favor of the Nanobobs, but being down 2 in this fight, how long can it last for? As Chef Boyardee is going to get hacked by Man over here in the corner. Man's going to finish the job. Did is going to be able to kill Rimuru as Gerstatter is coming back, and could this push the fight in favor of Nanobobs? And it does. They are able to cap point. However, bad guy is getting a solid kill. Girth is going to shatter, get nothing. However, go in there swinging, do a bit more damage. Bad guy is going to get a solid kill off of Despicable. Absolutely popping off. He's going to activate the whole hog combo with the EMP. EMP's not going to get anything because bad guy is just mowing your whole team down. Hook on the Chef Boyardee, the stagger, and Nanobobs have 5, 4, 3 seconds to get to point to charge it in.
Oh, and the trap to
Blizzard's out.
prevent Girth Shatter from getting to point.
And
Great
that is
job
going
by
to be game,
Slipstream.
set, match to Slipstream.
That'll be the match. That last fight, Goats just kind of took possession of the point early on. Slipstream did a great job of just backing up. Even though they lost the flip, they were able to sustain enough to eventually build EMP, win against the Goats composition. And from there, it's like, well, we built so much of a time bank already. We don't care that we lost 34-35%. We get the flip point back.
And it leads them to stand victorious. And we'll take a quick break as we get everything set up over at the desk, clear up some papers. One of the Tormurds, I think, spilled some nacho cheese. That'll be a bit messy to clean up. But we'll be back with perhaps a guest from one of the teams. Hey folks, and we're over here at the desk for a little more talking torbs so I can throw up my really crappy Photoshop thing real quick. We have Manwy here from the winning team Slipstream. And
Hello.
man, we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that Sombra you played on the last map. I mean, you basically had EMP every fight, correct me if I'm wrong?
I think so. I'm not sure though.
It was, pretty
So
solid. Yeah, how are we
basically,
pulling that
I
off?
would. So I would try to like basically, I would just go invisible, try to flank behind them, hack Zen or Lucio if I could, maybe possibly get the Ryan, but it was very hard to because they were all clumped up. It was very because I would try to go to the back. Because if you go to the front with Sombra, you can't really hack anyone because their shields are just gonna overcome you. So what you want to do is you want to try and just like hack someone off, get them low, and come back because they're gonna heal them instantly, and then just keep farming. And then while they were fighting, they would never come to me and try to focus me, so I would just keep farming off of them. And then eventually, I would ask the team, "You ready for an EMP?" And then boom, easy clap.
Nice. Free
You're-
EMP.
Yeah, your first two maps for you guys were like super dominant, but Nanobobs kind of pulled back map 3 and 4. Was there anything you guys did between 4 and 5 to kind of get yourselves back in it and win map 5?
Figure out which things to do, like which comps to do on each sub map. So that's why we went hit scan because we were predicting their Pharah to come on to for the gardens. So we were just ready for that Pharah. We went Kree and Sombra just to counter it.
It was pretty funny
Nice
watching
job.
bad guy just drop the hook off to counter the fire. Basically, it's just like
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
Great jobs all around for you guys. It was a great match
Alright,
going to
thank
map 5, so thank you very much.
No problem.
Congrats on the win, man, and good luck
Alright,
in the
thank
rest
you.
of your matches.
All right, good luck to you guys. See ya.
Bye. And that'll be our second edition of Talking Torbs. Thanks for joining us at the desk. And I believe we have a few more matches tomorrow, Shadow? Or Carpe?
We've got one match tomorrow.
We have one match tomorrow between Marchless and Oof Troop. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to tune in. We have Donald parentheses fat casting.
He likes to call himself Fat Nades because he does in fact have the fattest of nades while he plays Ana.
Well, hell yeah. Can't wait to hear that. Other than that, folks, thanks for having Cool Pup and I casting. We had a good time, and we will certainly be back later this week, at least with me. Actually, looks like I'll be casting with Donald for one of them, and Blue as well, so that'll be fun. And then we'll see where we go from there. Other than that, looks like it's going to be a great tournament. If these first two matches are any indicator, certainly a joy to watch. And thanks for joining us, chat. Thanks for all the subs. And thanks for everybody in chat helping me not be the most scuffed caster ever. Really appreciate it. Other than that, everyone have a good night, and we'll send you out with a bit more of that sweet, sweet music. Bye.